Well, nobody else seems to be saying it, so I'm gonna say it. I don't have a monetized channel that I'm worried about, being deplatformed. Probably on more government watch list than one should be proud of, but I don't have I don't have a job that I'm gonna lose because of my opinions. But somebody needs to say it. What happens when what happens when nothing happens with the files? You know the files. Everybody knows what files I'm talking about. What happens when nothing happens? You know what I mean? What we all see coming, at least if you're paying attention. What happens when nothing happens? Like it always does. Like nothing always happens. Because what we're looking at here is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, we all know that. What we've been shown is just a peek through a keyhole. The entire door has not been opened for us to walk through yet. We're seeing a glimpse of what's going on. It's a million times worse than any of us are really prepared for. So, what happens when nothing happens? Who's going to make it happen? You see, because something that's been on my mind pretty heavy is that this isn't anything new. These networks, these people, their motivations, the evil that resides inside of them at their core. None of this is new. I mean, I was raised in an America that has been treating children like this my whole life. I grew up in institutions, the troubled teen industry, the school to prison pipeline. I mean, abusing children in America has been, kind of standard operating procedure for some time. About 2 years ago, a report came out called Warehouses of Neglect, May 13th, 2024. It's a joint Senate Finance Committee report. Basically how taxpayers are funding systemic abuse. You know what I mean? Americans didn't bat an eye when this came out, right here at home. The children, that everybody talks about all the time, that they do everything for. Those children have been going through that for decades. These places, Acadia, UHS, Devereaux, these umbrella companies that own all these residential treatment centers where all these children are being abused because their parents didn't want them and the system failed them and all these things. Not necessarily children that had things that they needed to be punished for, but because there was nobody around to take care of them. And because they're children, they can't be held responsible for their own, themselves and to take care of themselves. So the state steps in and puts them in these facilities, where they're worth $60 to $120 a day. So many beds that are kept full. No different than prisons. I mean, it's really the standard profit model for the RTCs as prisons. Keep the beds full, charge per day, find reasons to keep people in there longer, etc. This should have shook the nation. Should have, but it didn't. You know what I mean? Like, hardly anybody spoke on it. I've been looking for research and statements and politicians in uproar, and it's hard to chastise someone who brings up the why don't we take care of our own argument when you try to talk about social programs and stuff. They talk about homeless veterans and stuff like this, but this is the children at home. I mean, decades of a history of children being abused right in our own care facilities. Care is what it's called, but it's abuse being framed as care. We did this for decades. I grew up in facilities like this. A lot of us grew up, we aged out, we got older, we got our psychopath diagnosis, which is kind of the point of this video. Is what I'm trying to figure out is everybody knows somebody that they could ask to step up. You know what I mean? Everybody knows somebody who would be willing to sacrifice the rest of their life to do the right thing for the right reasons? Is that what it's going to come to? Is the neighbors, asking their psychopathic cousin and friends and the guy that they work with to, like, address this? Is that's what, because as a psychopath, as a diagnosed psychopath, I'm disgusted with all the normal people right now. You know what I mean? Everything you guys stand for is bullshit because you guys are letting these motherfuckers just run you around. They're telling on themselves left and right. Everything they've done to these children in secret, behind closed doors, using your money. You know what I mean? It's all taxpayer funded. All these fucking people are, you got all these politicians and celebrities and these corporations, whether you're buying their product or you're watching their movies or you're downloading their shit on Spotify, all these people that are involved, you're funding them. You know what I mean? All you normal motherfuckers that go about your day every day, you not crazy people that just fucking play into the program, you're the ones who've been paying for all this. And most of you are under the impression, that it's bad. But you're not really accepting how bad it really is. Most of you this whole time have been under the impression that you're paying for the politicians and the celebrities to eat steaks while you eat hot dogs. And that's, it's kind of fucked up, but you deal with it. But the reality is you're eating hot dogs while you're paying for these motherfuckers to eat children. Like, that's the kind of shit that has come out with these files. And it's, again, the tip of the iceberg. So what's going to happen when nothing happens? Like, what happens when you have to accept that either A, you've got to become a different kind of person, or you've got to be willing to accept other people becoming a different kind of person to address this on a level outside of everything that we have a mechanism for right now. Because those mechanisms have all failed us, obviously. The same people that are running and controlling those mechanisms are all implicated one way or the other. Whether they're directly on the fucking island themselves or they're buddy and sharing funds with a bunch of motherfuckers that were on the island. Like, all of these motherfuckers are connected. It's a big club and you ain't in it. But it's a big club where they've been eating fucking children telling you that they're eating steak while you eat hot dogs. So what's going to happen when nothing happens? You know what I mean? Because nothing happened when you thought these motherfuckers were eating steak and you were eating hot dogs. Is it enough that they're eating children while you're eating hot dogs? You know what I mean? Like, how much are you going to pay for before you acknowledge that you have a responsibility to object to this shit with the very core of your fucking being? Because they're raping and eating children and you're paying for it. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah. I would say most people are just angry enough. Just angry enough to do literally fucking nothing but get on here and make content and talk about all this shit, how, these people need to go to prison and this and that and the other, and they'll get what they deserve in prison. No, they won't. No, they won't. Look, I'm the type of motherfucker that would have been trying to harm pedophiles in prison. It's the only motherfuckers they keep safe in prison. That's the only motherfuckers the guards worry about keeping safe. And, that was a long time ago when I was there. Fun fact, most of these motherfuckers in prison are hooked on fucking Suboxone and methadone and fake fucking synthetic marijuana, Tucci Spice, Mr. Smiley, whatever the fuck you want to call it. These motherfuckers ain't stabbing pedophiles to death. What are you, fucking stupid? You know what I mean? Like, there's this presupposition here that normal people can count on a bunch of fucking criminals to do the dirty, but these motherfuckers ain't doing it. You know what I mean? You send a pedophile to prison, he can go and do 15 fucking years and walk out and go get a job at a school now because he's safe in there. Because everybody's high as a fucking kite on shit that the police smuggle in, okay? And none of them want to get a fucking murder while they're there doing 2 years for a fucking meth charge. So they don't want to kill the pedophiles for you. You motherfuckers are gonna have to step up. All you normal people who have been fucking paying for this shit your whole fucking lives that are now just being caught by surprise and clutching your fucking pearls. When motherfuckers been telling you this shit for decades. Motherfuckers been talking about how this shit goes on for years and years and years and years and years. But now it's right in your fucking face and you have to deal with it. So what's going to happen when nothing happens? When all the normal motherfuckers who are performatively fucking mad, because if you were really mad, if you were really fucking outraged, you'd be doing a lot more than making fucking memes, okay? What we're talking about here is the kind of rage that makes you want to sacrifice the rest of your life to do something about it, okay? You ain't even seeing motherfuckers getting arrested. That should tell you that that ain't happening. You know what the next step is. Nobody's gonna do that shit because they don't have it in them. You know, here in America, we accept all this shit. We fund it, which is why I keep asking, what's going to happen when nothing happens? You know, is it going to be left to, you know, a bunch of Luigi Mangione type motherfuckers hoping to catch some sort of glorification out of it? You know what I mean? Are you about to send a bunch of motherfuckers off and let them sacrifice themselves instead of holding these motherfuckers accountable as a country and demanding actual fucking results? You know what I mean? Or are you motherfuckers just going to keep going to work, filing your fucking taxes and paying for all this shit? What happens when nothing happens? That's all I want to know. I mean, as a psychopath who's disgusted with watching all you motherfuckers accept this shit, just go to work day to day, mind your fucking business, watch your Netflix series. You know what I mean? I'm a fucking psychopath, which I see everybody using this word, throwing it out a lot. You know what I mean? These psychopaths, these ain't fucking psychopaths. They're a bunch of greedy, fucking weak motherfuckers. And most of the psychopaths I know want to kill motherfuckers like this. You know what I mean? So, as a diagnosed psychopath, I'm curious what all you normie motherfuckers are going to do, because I personally am disgusted with the way that you fucking people let normal motherfuckers abuse your fucking children. You know what I mean? Like, you guys just let it fucking happen. You watch it happen. You make fucking memes and fucking jokes and all this shit about it. You make fucking songs, what the fuck ever. You commodify it as much as fucking possible, but you don't do shit about it. These motherfuckers are raping and eating fucking children, and you're fucking paying for it. So what happens when nothing happens? What happens when you motherfuckers, the law and order type motherfuckers that want to do everything the right way, you know, use the proper channels? What happens when you motherfuckers fail these children? What happens when nothing happens because you ain't willing to do it?